What's up, YouTube? Today we're making mushroom scampi. Let's get started. So in the bottom of my pan, I'm starting out with a little bit of grapeseed oil. And our heat is set to medium. Make sure you use a pan large enough to toss your pasta in it at the end. We're going to start with some onions in the bottom. We're going to let those cook down for about 45 seconds to a minute. Get nice and translucent. Then we're going to toss in our mushrooms. I just cut those up roughly, small, but they don't have to be perfect because, you know, they wilt down anyway when they cook. I'm just going to toss those around for a minute and let those cook down.
Ooh. Mommy, that's nice.
Alright, so we're going to season with a little bit of salt and pepper. That'll help pull some of that moisture out of the mushrooms to help them cook a little better, cook down a little better. Alright, so now we've got our mushrooms cooked down. I'm going to go ahead and add our wine. I use about a half a glass of a nice Chardonnay. And we're going to bring that to a simmer and let the alcohol cook out of that wine, while at the same time infusing our mushrooms and onions with flavor. So once that simmers, comes up to a simmer, we're going to go ahead and toss in some red pepper flakes. Will provide a nice heat in the background of your mouth as you're eating the pasta. Not too much, you want it to be bearable. So we're going to go ahead and add a bit of vegetable stock, to give our sauce a little more volume. I use about a little over half a cup of vegetable stock. And then we're going to bring that to a simmer. And once that comes up to that simmer, we're going to go ahead and add butter. This meal comes together so quickly, so if you're in a time crunch, here might be your go-to. I use 3 heaping spoonfuls of butter. Of course, you can always add more. You can always add less. It's completely customizable. Nothing is set in stone. Then we're going to add a little more black pepper. And then just let that butter melt down, and then that sauce is just going to come together. So once we get the butter melted down, and then we're going to turn off the heat, and we're going to add some diced tomatoes, and I'm also going to cut up some fresh basil leaves in there. Fresh herbs always brighten a dish. They're just so perfect. I love adding fresh herbs when I cook. So we're going to give that a quick stir and get the tomatoes warmed through. And then, just to thicken the sauce up a little bit, I'm going to use some of the pasta water from cooking my noodles. And that starch is going to thicken the sauce up. We're going to put our noodles directly in the pan. And we're going to toss them in the sauce right there. Give a good toss. We want to make sure all the noodles are coated with that delicious sauce, so you get that flavor punch in every single bite. Once we got that tossed and coated, we're going to move it to a dish and finish off with a little more fresh basil. You can never have too many fresh herbs. And that's it. Literally, that is it. Was that not the most simple meal? And it's so delicious. I promise you, it is a must try. I love you guys so much for watching. Please try it. If you do, tell me what you think in the comments below. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.